My name is Anna Rosenkilde and I'm a film composer, and I made the music for the feature film Lucky. It all started with Nidesh, the director of the film, calling me and telling me about this new film that he was making. The same afternoon, I sat down on the piano and tried to embody this conversation that we had had. And one of those little sketches actually became one of the main themes, or maybe the main theme in the film. And yeah, sounds like this. I think at that point it had a little bit more of an impressionistic continuation. It kind of stuck, and I think it was the first thing that Nidesh mentioned as, yeah, let's go with this, let's see how this works. I was experimenting with different instruments and also with my voice. And I started making these long vowels or sounds on not with lyrics, just to see what kind of atmosphere that would make. The voice became some of the characters longing for home, longing for your family, or symbolizing the family when you're in a foreign country and far from the place you grew up, far from your home.
Hi.
Hi. Is this apartment 21?
Yes, it is. Your uncle is Nanda?
Yes, yes.
It became more and more clear that we had these two layers of music. There was one that I was working with that was more dreamy. It was sometimes time stretched, working with coming to this kind of place that you had dreamed of, turning out to be very different from your dream. I love the noise that you can make on a violin and on strings and all the little tactile sounds. I started playing on glass because I liked the sound of the friction and the layers that I could build with it. And developing that, I started using the sounds of the euphone, an instrument you play on with wet hands on glass rods. Then there's another layer of the film that's a little bit more direct.
You're asking me if I want to pay you to marry me?
The storytelling, what actually happens to Lucky. That layer often became the piano. So there were little themes, little progressions that followed Lucky during the film.
I'm meeting someone else today.
The first time in the film we hear this theme that was in one of those early piano improvisations in its full form is in the middle of the film, where it takes shape in a piece called Shadows. Earlier on in the film there has been small parts of it, but in a more playful way with more major chords. Making the music, I had a close collaboration with both the director, the the editor, and also the sound designer. I also had some string players in the studio, so the music for the film became this combination of instruments I play myself, those strings, some samples I used, and also these time-stretched or reversed electronic elements. This first theme that we found in the early improvisations, we wanted that, but in a reversed way, resembling the realities Lucky meets, coming to this country where everything is different than expected. So I had to teach myself how to play it reversed, so that I could reverse it, so it had this weird otherworldly sound, but you could still hear that it was that main theme. At the end of the film, we come back to those layers, both the light and the shadow and the friction.
My name is Lucky Hira. I'm 23 years old. I'm going abroad to Europe. I have my visa for Denmark, where I will study American business. It has always been my family's dream that I would go abroad and create a better life for us.